Well, US protectionism and higher interest rates have been bad news for all emerging economies in 2018, but Turkey's been at the eye of the storm over the summer. And the reason is that it has a particular set of homegrown problems around a very heavy dependence on foreign capital, and that foreign capital is flowing out of the Turkish economy. It has a lot of debt denominated in dollars and euros, and of course as interest rates rise, that's very bad news for those indebted economies. The US has imposed sanctions on Turkey over the diplomatic spat involving the imprisonment of a US pastor. And finally, with inflation rising, it's pushing 16%. The natural response for most Western central banks will be to raise interest rates. In Turkey, there's been a real politicization of monetary policy. The President Erdogan has said that higher interest rates are not the right response to high inflation. That's undermined market confidence in monetary policy. Well, the question is, does Turkey have the capacity to knock over the global economy? It's not really a huge economy. It's a bit smaller than the Netherlands. An obvious transmission mechanism for its problems is via foreign holdings of Turkish assets. So if the value of those assets fall, that's clearly bad news for those overseas holder of those assets. But actually, Turkish assets are not massively widely held around the world. I think the real message from what's going on in Turkey is that frailties and vulnerabilities which build up in the good times and are largely invisible are cruelly exposed by higher interest rates and more adverse conditions. And I think that's a message which has wider resonance for some other emerging markets which have not identical, but some of the features of what's going on in Turkey. So I think the kind of message is this is going to be a tougher environment for emerging market economies.